Hi. Hello. How's everybody doing? Hi. Assalamu alaikum. Hi, swings, slides, monkey bars. Yeah, so I hope everybody's having an awesome day because it's beautiful out. The birds are chirping and the sky is so clear. And it's a little bit windy. But anyways, yeah, so I came up kind of with this theory. I don't know, I was just thinking about, I don't even know what led me to it, but I figured I'd share it because I could be onto something, you know? Could be genius. Could be groundbreaking. I don't know, it felt right, and there are people, and so we are going to move away. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so I came up with the the paper analogy. Yeah, so you guys ever notice sometimes you'd you'd be wearing these, I don't know, this pair of jeans, and you're going out, you're just having a normal day, and then you put your hand in your back pocket or something, and then something turns up, right? It could be literally anything. It could be money, yay. It could be a piece of paper or something. It could be gum, it could be change, who knows? It could be anything. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can hear me. My phone is good, I think. But anyways, yeah, so you find something in your back pocket, right? And let's say it's a piece of paper, okay? And this piece of paper, it's folded up and whatever, and it doesn't really matter what's in it. It's just a piece of paper. And so you also know when you'd be having a conversation with someone, and it's just a regular talk. It's very normal, nothing, nothing alarming about it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something happens, or somebody does something, or somebody says something, and all of a sudden you're just really just triggered, right? And 1 minute you were right there with them, you were present in the moment, you were sharing with them, you were listening, you were participating, and then just like that, poof, you're back in the past, or you're stuck in your mind somewhere, and you're just cogitating and ruminating on this one thought or this one memory that this particular conversation or whatever it is that happened may have triggered in you, right? And usually it's a memory of some sorts. And so wow, what are these seagulls? Anyways, they're so noisy. Yeah, so yeah, and it's just out of nowhere it happens, and it has you stuck in your head for some time till you snap out of it, and you're well, okay, I don't know what happened there, right? But then you come back to planet Earth finally, and you just you brush it off usually, right? You'll just ignore it. You won't think much of it. You'll just be you know what? I'm glad that I could bring myself back to reality, I suppose. And so yeah, you never really think much of it, right? And that's pretty similar to the piece of paper in your back pocket, right? You're just okay, whatever. Piece of paper, just a piece of paper, it's just whatever. Just put it back in and be on my way. And you don't take a minute to stop and realize that this piece of paper, or this trigger, this moment that you had, that you were just okay, what was that, you don't stop and think, like, what is this trying to tell me? Right? And we do this a lot. We just kind of brush things off. We get happy that, like, we're okay again. And so we don't ponder about it. We don't, like, explore, kind of, the thought or the emotion that came up, or the memory. And you know what happens when you do that? You know what happens when you don't deal with the piece of paper in your back pocket? It shows up again. Because it demands your attention. It demands to be felt. It demands to be dealt with in whatever way, right? Because it's like, let's say, if it is a piece of paper that was in your back pocket, somebody's coming, okay, we're going around, yep, alright. So yeah, I don't know, I'm so freaking breathless. Like, this whole day I've been breathless. I think it's the anemia thing again, even though I've had like 2 bananas, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, so you never really stop to think, and like, this whatever it is, this piece of paper, could be telling you something, right? Like, you may have like jotted down some sort of really important appointment that you were supposed to have. Or maybe, maybe somebody gave you their number and it was like a really important number. Maybe it was a professor or a friend, a new friend that you befriended somewhere. And like, they were expecting you to message them or something. Or maybe it was a really sweet note from your wife or your husband or your kids or whoever, right? Like, it's something, it could be something good, but then you don't really tap into it, you don't really question it much, and so you never really know, right? And yeah, so that's the analogy of the piece of paper. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't really make that much sense. But I'm gonna stay on it, okay, because there is something here. So these triggers that keep coming up for us, these emotions, these memories, these, like, whatever, really. And we just kind of let them go. We don't question them. We don't try and figure out, like, okay, why is this showing up for me right now? What is this trying to tell me? What is this trying to show me? What wound is this poking at? What do I need to be addressing right now? What is it? Or like, what part of me needs to heal? And again, you can do this by maybe journaling about the trigger, right? Like, what happened? Maybe it was a scent, right? Because like, if you're anything like me, like, your sense of smell is pretty strong, and you may like associate certain smells with certain memories. And some of those memories may be not so great ones. And so you want to deal with that. You want to figure out what this trigger is trying to show you, what wound needs to be healed. And you want to do it right away, because if you don't, it'll just keep showing up, because it demands attention. Not just like any kind of attention, like, it demands immediate attention, right? Otherwise, it'll stay a trigger for you. But if you deal with it right then and there, it just becomes another scent, just like anything else, or it becomes another topic of conversation. Or whatever it is, right? It just becomes normal for you. It doesn't bring up necessarily anything. And that's the thing about triggers. Just like there are like these bad trauma triggers that, we associate all of these negative emotions with, there are also happy triggers. And I don't know why nobody ever talks about those. Like, the first people I've ever found who really talks about this were Jana Kramer and her husband Michael Clausen in their book. What was it called? Yeah. The Good Fight. Because they're fighting the good fight together. They're saving their marriage. They shared like all of these different things that they do to, help each other heal and help each other grow together and become better partners for each other. And so they talk about this, and it's really sweet because, I guess Mike was saying that sometimes the kids would do something and it would remind him of something about his wife, or he'd feel really, really grateful for her, and so he'd associate that memory with feeling good about his family and his marriage. And so that would be a happy trigger for him. So yeah, the thing in your back pocket can be something that's good. It could be a $50 bill that you forgot just, hanging about. It could be change. It could be, like I said, a sweet note from somebody. Or a cute little drawing from one of your kids, if you have kids, your siblings, or whoever. Or it could be an important appointment. It can be those things that I mentioned earlier. And so yeah, and another thing about the paper analogy is this. Paper is super duper flexible, right? You can fold it a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different times. You can unfold it. You can crumble it up and just toss it around. You can do whatever you want with it. You can write something down and cover it up and then use it in what's it called? Lucky draw or whatever, right? And that's the thing, a lot of us are just like this paper that's got something written inside of it, and it's all folded up and covered. A lot of us are in hiding. A lot of us are too afraid to show who we really are. And then we wonder, why is it that people don't see us? Why is it that we don't feel seen or understood or heard? And isn't that interesting? Because, the more that you hide yourself, the more that you want to be found. And yeah, sometimes it takes just a little bit of unfolding, a little bit of faith that, it'll be okay. As long as you accept yourself, people will accept you too. And as long as you're accepting and embracing your power, people will see that in you. And it's okay to shine. And it's okay to be yourself. And yeah. So what kind of paper are you? Are you the paper that's maybe got these creases and scratches on it and maybe some stuff written down too, but you're open, you've unfolded yourself, you've you've weathered your storms, you've done your work? Or are you the paper that's still folded up, maybe even crumbled and tossed away, right? Because maybe you don't care at all anymore. Or maybe you're simply in hiding and you're waiting to be found and you're hoping to be found. So I say find yourself. Let go of those layers. Allow yourself to unfold. Allow yourself to reveal who you really are. Allow yourself to get to know who you really are. A lot of us don't even know who we are. So, how's anybody else supposed to see that, And the more that you take back the layers, the more that you reveal your core, your authentic self. Milani talks about this all the time. But not really in like a paper analogy, that was my bit. And yeah, I think that's it for the paper analogy. I might do a part 2 or something. Just like those are my thoughts on it now. Yeah, let me know what you thought of this. And let me know which paper you are. If you're the open paper, you know what, I've been through a lot, but that's it. I'm taking my life back. I'm taking my paperhood back. Or maybe you're the paper that's still unfolding and finding its way. And that is super duper okay. A lot of us are actually unfolded papers. Or folded. Like, we're still folded, but we're trying to find, you know, some strength to, to reveal our beauty within. Anyways, I'm done. That's me. I was just thinking about this day. I literally came up with this just like an hour ago, and I figured, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's talk about this. Let's reveal this to the world. Let's unfold. And yeah, man, I need to make a protein shake. I swear, I cannot breathe. And it's not because I'm walking. Like, walking is nothing for me. But it's the anemia. I feel it. I know it. Whew. Yeah, anyways, love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Do like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff if you haven't already. And